right, we are back. This is Techmath1. We are on chapter 10. Chapter 9, chapter 10. And we're looking at 10.1. And it has to do with graphing, but not so much with the graphing calculator. Let's take a look at, we're in the blue book, page 421. And we're looking at number 1. And so it says, which of the following are linear equations? So let's write down the equations. Y equals 2x, 5x minus y equals 1, and d equals 5x squared minus 1. Okay, so the ones in here that are linear equations, that means when you graph it, you get a line. And in algebra, we also call them first degree equations, which means the highest power that you'll see on the x is a 1. And so this is a first degree equation and also the graph of a line, linear. This is a first degree equation. That is not, that's a second degree, that would be a parabola. And that is a second degree, that would be a parabola. Even if it was a 3 on it, it wouldn't be. If it was a 4 on it, it wouldn't be. The only ones that are linear are first degree equations. All right. Number 3, decide if the point given is a solution. So let's see, they give us 10, 4, and they want to know, is that a solution to that linear equation? And they want to know, is 2, -1 a solution to this linear equation? And so what you're doing here is you're subbing it in and solving. What they're asking is basically, if I graph this line with this point beyond the line, that is it a solution or not? There are an infinite amount of points on a line. So there are infinite solutions. The question is this one of them? So remember, the x is always first, the y is always second, x, y. So we're going to just substitute 10 in there, and then 4 in there, and that's 6, which is not 3. So this is no. That is not a solution. Let's try it with this one. We put a 2 in there for the x, we put a -1 in there for the y, and now we have to do order of operations, so we multiply before we add. So 6 plus -2, 6 plus -2 is 4. 4 does equal 4, so that one is yes. That point does lie on the line, and it is a solution. Alrighty. So let's look at number 6 on 10.1, next page. That, they want me to find the x-intercept and the y-intercept, I think. Let's take a look. So we have, no, they just, gave us one part of an ordered pair. It's just the first one. This is the y-intercept because x is 0. But the other one is just something, comma 8. And so here's the equation. And so all you do is you sub that in for x in this case, right? It's always x comma y. Remember, it's always x comma y. So for this one, we'd sub 0 in right there. And that would be 4 times 0 minus y is equal to 12. So -y equals 12. And then we divide by -1, so y is equal to -12. So when x is 0, y is -12. All right. And then same deal for the other one, except this time they gave us y. So we would have 4x minus 8 instead of y. We're just putting the 8 in for y is equal to 12. And now you solve that two-step equation, add 8 and divide by 4. So x is equal to 5. So 5 comma 8 would be a point. All right, so little algebra meets geometry there. Let's look at 10.2, the coordinate system. Again, I'm sure you've seen this already. The origin, the x-axis, the y-axis. Going to the right is positive, going to the left is negative on the x, going up is positive, going down is negative on the y. We'll just do one problem off of there. Let's do number 10. The quadrants go 1, 2, 3, 4, so they go counterclockwise, starting in the upper right as 1. So we're looking at number 10 on page 424. And that is points A and B at the right horizontal and vertical axis. Okay, so they have points graphed. So here, I'll put the points down for you here. 1, 2, 3, 4, there is A. And 1, 2, there is B. And 1, 2, 3, there is C. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is D. So these are all quadrantal angles. That means they're exactly on the x-axis or exactly on the y-axis. And so now they just want you to go through and tell them which one, give me a coordinate for A, give me a coordinate for B, give me a coordinate for C, give me a coordinate for D, and what's the origin? Well, the origin, that's easy peasy. That's 0, 0. That's dead center, right? There is the origin. All right, but A, so what's A? Well, negative 1, 2, 3, 4, that's the x. Remember, this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis. So we went negative 4 and then not up and down at all. So negative 4, 0. For B, we went 2 on the x-axis. So that's the x part, not up and down at all. So 0 for y. So 2 comma 0 for B. C, we didn't go right and left at all, so that's 0 for x, and then we went up 3, so 0 comma 3. And D, we didn't go right and left at all, but we just went down for 5 spots, so that's 0 comma negative 5. And that's it. So be careful on those. Those are usually the ones that people mess up. If you're given like 3 comma 5, not so much. But it's the ones that land on the x-axis or the y-axis that tend to have mistakes made on them because you just put the 0 in the wrong spot. So be careful about that. Let's take a look at 10.3. So 10.3, 22. Let's jump to 22. And that's on page 429. We're looking to graph this line, and they want us to graph this line. All right. And they have us building a table, but they gave us the x values for the table. So 6 and 0 and negative 6. And then on this XY table, they gave me 4 and 0 and negative 4. All right, so let's do that. So we pop 6 in there. Negative 2/3 times 6. Well, remember, it's 6 over 1. So top times top, bottom times bottom, numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator, and then reduce. So we get negative 12 over 3. That's negative 4. I pop 0 in, that's super easy. 0 times anything is 0. And I pop negative 6 in, so it's exactly the same as what I did right there, but I'm going to put a negative 6 over 1. So negative times a negative is a positive 12 over 3, which is positive 4. All right? And now if we want to graph that line, we would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be right there. 6, negative 4. 6 to the right, and then 4 down. That's that point. 0, 0. That's the origin, so that's easy. Negative 6, positive 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So negative 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, positive 4. And then connect the dots, and make sure to put the arrows on the lines. That signifies that that's going on infinitely. If you don't put arrows on it, that means it's a finite set, meaning there is no x value after the last point that you see. So you got to make sure you put arrows on it to signify it's an infinite line. It's going in each direction forever. Let's do this one. I'll do this one in black. So 4 plus 1. So half of 4 is 2 plus 1 is 3. 0, that zero's out, but remember it's 0 plus 1 then. So that's 1. And -4, half of -4 is -2, plus 1 is actually -1. All right, so now let's graph that one. I'll graph that one in black. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3 right there. And then 0, so 0 right or left, but 1 up right there. And then -4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 down, -1 there. And then I connect those dots and I put arrows on the end of my line. All right. So graphing a line, like I said, I'm sure this is not the first time you've ever seen a line. Okay. And then, what did we want here? Whoop, jump to 10.4. I did jump to 10.4. Okay, so on 10.4, graphing. Graphing a linear equation, and where does 10.4 start? Oh, that's weird. I think I'm missing a page. Huh, okay. 25? No, 26. Yeah, 20. Yeah, I don't know. I must have. Okay, weird. I don't know why it doesn't, in my book, it doesn't have 10.4 anywhere listed, but it's on the top, so we're doing 10.4. Let's take a look at 30 and 33. So 30 is on the x-axis. Every x value is y equals, well, 0, of course, right? If it's on the x-axis, every y value would be y equals 0. They didn't have the 0 in the blank. Think about it. This is 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, 0, 5, 0, 6, 0. It's always going to be, if it's on the x-axis, the y value is 0. Then you know the next question. If it's on the y-axis, every x value, right? That's got to be the next question. Therefore, the equation of the x-axis, oh no, that isn't the next question, is doggone it. Well, let's do this one. This isn't in your book, but that would be x equals 0. But then they ask, okay, if I wanted just a line on the x-axis, it would be, the equation would be y equals 0. So the equation of a line that falls on the x-axis would just be y equals 0. If it's y equals in a number, it's always a horizontal line. If it's x equals in a number, it's a vertical line, which is 33. So let me do 33, and then we'll be done with 10.4. So they have a bunch of graphs. Line A is right there. And they want the equation of that line. This is number 33. Line A, and they want the equation of the line. And then, let's see, they have line B is through a vertical line through -1. That's line B. And then line C is a vertical line through the 3. So that's C. And then D is a horizontal line through -4. So that's D. All right, and now let me make this really dark so you know. This is the actual XY coordinate. The really dark line here. Okay, so A that's through 1. That is just Y equals 1. B, that's a vertical line through -1, so that's just X equals -1. So anytime you get a vertical line, it's X equals the number. Anytime you get a horizontal line, it's Y equals the number. So C is another vertical line that's through +1, 2, 3. So we're going to call that X equals 3. Those have undefined slopes, by the way. Vertical lines, undefined slopes. Horizontal lines have slopes of 0. And then D is through 1, 2, 3, 4, -4. So it's Y equals -4. This is a horizontal line. All right? So horizontal and vertical lines are just either X equals a number or Y equals a number.